What is up, y'all? It's your girl Cianna Renee, and I'm back at it again with another YouTube video. So in today's video I will be doing a college dorm room advice video. So basically this is everything that you would need to know before you stay in your first college dorm. Before we get into this video, of course, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell to be notified whenever I upload, and add me on all my social medias so you can keep up with me when I'm not on here. So I know I don't got really nothing on my face today. I usually am a little glammed up with the makeup and stuff, but I decided to chill out today. I forgot to put on lashes though, but I don't know, I'm kind of liking the no lash look. So number one, make a registry, y'all. Before you go to college, like 2 months before, make a registry. And if you're not having like a graduation party or nothing, then send it to anybody you know is going to get you something. Now if you are having a graduation party, make sure on that invite link you got the link to your registry, because I can't tell you how much stuff that I did not buy, how much stuff that my parents didn't buy because other people got it for me. Like it's way easier that way, because there's so many things, like you don't realize how expensive it is to stay in a dorm. Like of course, like luckily for me, I already had like room decor and stuff, so some of the stuff I bought from my room, but like there was other little things that I needed, like shower shoes, a shower caddy, extra towels, hangers, washcloths, toothpaste, like little things that you didn't think about, like how much it would actually build up to cost. So yeah, just make sure you make a registry and send it to people who you know would get you stuff, so you're not spending thousands of dollars, or your parents aren't spending thousands of dollars and other people are also helping you. Please bring a fan, y'all, because especially if you're going to Hampton, because sometimes it gets hot and like the AC don't be ACing. So make sure you get a fan, because I can't tell you how many times my fan has saved me and my roommate. Even though it was just facing me, it made the whole room cold. So like especially like during, you know, spring semester, make sure you have your fan, but also fall semester too, because in the beginning, like August, September, a little bit of October, it's very like hot still, especially if you're going to college like down south. And Virginia is not even considered the South in Virginia. I mean, I call it the South because I'm from New York, but you know, they don't really call Virginia the South, but it still gets hot down there. So yeah, make sure you have a fan. Also, I mentioned this in my dorm essentials video, which you can also check out. I never know which one it is. I want to say it's this. No, okay. It's in one of these eyes. You're gonna see it pop up, but I said it in my dorm essentials. Make sure to get a storage unit if you're living far, especially like Cali or like the Midwest. Like make sure you get a storage unit, so like every year you're not going back and forth with a bunch of stuff, because traveling across the country with a bunch of dorm stuff is not fun. You want it to be a two-time thing, when you first go and then when you're leaving. So yeah, but even if you're not living that far, like 6 hours away from me isn't that far. I don't have a storage unit, but it is more convenient, because let me tell you, this is the hardest it was for me and my family to stuff things back into the car, because I had extra storage. Because Whitehall, if you live there or if you visited, it's not a lot of storage like it was in my freshman dorm, Twitchell. So I had to get an extra bin, I had a rolly cart, all that stuff fit in my car. Don't ask me how, because I don't know, but it fit, along with like my 12 million sneakers and my vanity. Everything fit in the car, but it was stressful. If you want to avoid that stress, get a storage unit. The question everybody asks if you're going to Hampton: curfew. Now y'all, curfew is really not that bad. Like people making it seem like it's the worst thing in the world. It's really not that bad. Y'all shouldn't be trying to be grown anyway. But anyways, no, curfew on weekdays is 11 p.m. and on weekends it's 1 a.m. If you're in college long enough, you would know that nobody's out past midnight on a school night. And if they are even out during midnight or past midnight, they're crazy, because they got class the next day. So after 11 p.m. on campus there's really nothing to do. Even like the student center closes at midnight, so you really like that extra hour really ain't nothing for nobody. But yeah, I would say like curfew really isn't that bad, and it's only up until homecoming if your class behaves. On weekends, 1 a.m. okay, I can understand because some parties be going till like 2, 3, and they start at like 11, so you really only have like an hour and some change because you got to buy the Uber to go back to your dorm, all of that. Yeah, weekends it's kind of like but if we're being honest, at the beginning of the semester there's really not a lot of turn up things to do. Like, people are still getting settled in. The real time people start getting outside is homecoming, and that's when you're off curfew, so it's really not that bad. No, okay, during homecoming when you're on curfew it kind of sucks because people be outside, but that's the only time it really sucks. And it's not like you're really missing any of the events because the school knows that you have curfew, so they're gonna make sure that the events that they put on, like the concerts and stuff, aren't going past 10 p.m. So yeah, but like the after parties and stuff, you're gonna have to miss out your freshman year because of curfew. If your class is good, your curfew will end like right after homecoming. Like, I think it's like the last announcement they make after homecoming. I don't really remember, but I barely remember curfew. That's how fast it was. Like, I don't really remember. I missed it like once and they wrote my name down, but nothing happened. Might have been like a warning or something, but yeah, I missed curfew once and nothing happened. I know people who have missed it multiple times and nothing happened to them. I wouldn't suggest being one of those people or testing it out. Yeah, because you don't want to be the example. Now, visitation, I would say visitation, I personally don't be having nobody come up in my dorm for real. So visitation for me is really nothing, but I know if you got like a boyfriend or like, you know, you hang out with a lot of guys, you have a friend group, you got guys in your friend group, you know, y'all want to be able to visit each other, whatever. Visitation is not just for freshmen, it's for everybody on campus. I know freshmen don't have visitation first semester. That's a fact, which is not like, unless you got a man coming in to college, there's no reason why a boy should be in your dorm anyway. But visitation, I'm not sure when we get it during the school year, because I don't really be paying attention to it because I don't got nobody visiting me for real. If you live in an upperclassman dorm or even a freshman dorm and you bring in another girl from a different dorm, 9 times out of 10 they won't really care or they won't notice. It's mainly for guys, if you're bringing guys in or if guys are bringing girls in. I'm not sure when visitation starts for upperclassmen, but I know freshmen don't get visitation the first semester. It's usually the next semester where you get visitation because curfew's the first semester. Yeah, but I don't really know the logistics of it or when. Like, you really just gotta communicate, and it's different for everybody depending on how good or bad your class is. So yeah, I know like the last freshman class, Ogre, if y'all watching this, yeah, I'm talking about you. Y'all class is a little bad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my class, we was okay, but I don't really think any class is really perfect when it comes to making curfew. But how curfew works is like, we have RAs, which is something I'll also explain a little later. And basically they come down the hall and they check and see if like who's in their room. And if you're not in your room, they write you up. Now, if you're signed out for the weekend, because you can sign out for the weekend, or if your parents are in town and you staying in a hotel with them, that's different. But like, if you're not there and you're not signed out, they write you up for something, I don't know. But now, single versus communal dorms. So communal dorms is when like the bathrooms, you share it with your floor. A single dorm, you can have your own room. You can also stay in like a double, obviously you share the room with someone else. A single is when you share the bathroom with your roommate, so there's a bathroom in your room. Now at White, they had a hallway which had Jack and Jill's, so basically 2 dorm rooms shared 1 bathroom, and it had like 2 toilets and a shower, so 4 people sharing 2 toilets and a shower and 2 sinks, I believe. So like, if this is the bathroom, this is one room, this is another room, and the rooms are connected with the bathroom. So you can either get that, or I stayed in a suite in White, so 4 rooms were in my dorm and we shared 2 showers and 2 bathrooms and 4 sinks. That's all of that for 2, 4, 6, 8 people, which isn't bad at all. There was rarely a time where I was waiting for the bathroom, because there was also another like bathroom like right next door to us for like anybody to use. But yeah, so that's the difference. I wouldn't stress about trying to get your own bathroom, because then you got to spend money on getting a rug and all of that stuff, on your own soap, because they don't provide like much of the stuff for you. But I think for freshmen, they like take care of all of that stuff for you. But I don't think either one you would really have a difficult time with. Either way, people be dirty. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you right now. And I feel like girls are worse than boys. I had a girl in my dorm one time say like, it was a dorm meeting, and she was like, oh, it's the janitor's job to clean the stuff and they don't be clean. Girl, no. You have to clean up after yourself regardless of who is a janitor or not. The janitors, what they really should just be doing is wiping down the surfaces and making sure no disease is getting on everybody. But the dirty stuff, like not flushing the toilet or leaving throw up in the sink, it has happened before. I've seen it. I almost threw up myself. Those things you should be taken care of. If you make a mess, like a drastic mess, the problem isn't the mess, it's the fact that you don't clean it. You want to make sure you leave somewhere and somebody wouldn't not want to go into the bathroom or the shower that you use. Hair, I understand we're women, you know, we have to shave, we have to wash our hair, all of that stuff. Clean up after yourself. Like what I do is whatever hair lands on like me or whatever, I take it and I put it like in my shower caddy temporarily, and then I just take it out when I get out the shower. This way I'm not leaving a bunch of hair everywhere in the shower. So, or just let it go down the drain. Like just do something to get rid of it. Like please don't be dirty. It's kind of inevitable to avoid like dirty people in college, but you just get used to it. And luckily there's other places where you can use the bathroom and shower and all of that. So yeah, more than likely I did put a TV, I believe, in my dorm essentials, but you really 9 times out of 10 won't use your TV. I didn't have a TV this semester or this year at all. I didn't have a TV and I was perfectly fine because I was watching stuff on my laptop anyway. But like my roommate had her TV, she was using it sometimes. Freshman year I used my TV like when I really had free time. So if we had like a day off or something, that's the only times I would really use my TV. Other than that, I really did not use a TV, y'all. So you really won't need a TV if you have your own laptop, because 9 times out of 10 nobody's really watching cable nowadays. And I didn't even have cable when I had my TV. I would just be watching the stuff that I would watch on my laptop. It's just the TV's bigger. So it's like if you have a laptop and all you watch is Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube, there's no reason for you to have a TV. Like it's really just extra waste of space. RAs and dorm directors. So dorm directors are usually like older women. I've always wondered where they found those people. Like how do they get people to live in a dorm, like 50-year-olds and 40-year-olds? But a dorm director is pretty much just like the spearhead of the dorm. They make sure you're doing everything right. They also can give you your packages. They help you out with anything. They give you your keys. You give them your keys when you're going back home. All of that stuff. RAs are resident assistants, which are your classmates, your friends, your fellow Hamptonians. And basically they're like, yeah, I was gonna say doormen, but they're not men, they're dorm women. I mean, for the guys it's doormen. But like they just, you know, watch who's coming in and out, because you can't sneak nobody in your dorm, like obviously. We also have a midnight person. Well, last year, like last year when I was a freshman, they had like the RAs just do shifts. The dorm director would be like the midnight person, so they would be there at night. But like now we actually have like security guards who, at least in my dorm, we had a security guard who was there every night at midnight, and she would just be there. Sometimes she'd be asleep. I mean, it is what it is. Like I feel you, girl. Like if you have a person visiting, there is a visitation hour limit, so like they have to be out by midnight, which is not that bad. I mean, that's enough time. They just can't sleep over. So yeah, they just make sure you sign the person in and out. They take your IDs, both you and the person you're bringing in, and then when that person leaves, they give you your ID back. You could bring outside people, like they don't have to be Hampton people. You could bring outside people to your dorm as well. They just have to have their ID. So they're also there to give you your packages, of course, because we all get mail and all of that stuff. But yeah, they're really just people who are in the dorm with you, making sure you're doing the right thing. The RAs are also the people who check the freshmen for curfew. They live like on the floors too. They have like group chats for all the different floors. So I know for me, we had the whole group chat, like the Whitehall group chat, and then we also had Whitehall floor 1, Whitehall floor 2, 3, 4. Bring plastic cups and plastic utensils so you don't have to keep washing stuff. I know for me, I kept having to wash like bowls and cups and stuff like that, which is annoying. So you'd rather just throw them out. You can't really just have plastic stuff, because if you're heating something up in the oven or the microwave, I mean, you're gonna need like an actual, you know, bowl or cup or whatever. So especially if it's like ramen, you know, that's the main college meal. But if you have things that don't need to go in the microwave that you want to eat, just make sure that you bring plastic stuff so you don't have to keep, you know, washing dishes. Please be clean. People talk about you. And there's this new app for college students, like HBCU students, I think. It's different at other schools, but I know for Hampton, it's Fizz. But people talk and they'll show pictures and they'll say, oh, this person that, they did that, they're dirty, they do this. You don't want to be talked about. So make sure you clean up after yourself. It's really not hard. Like, I understand if people talking about you and it's something you can't control. Like, odor, to an extent, I can understand. Like, you know, certain odors people can't really help, but you can help cleaning up after yourself, girl. You don't want to be dirty and smell bad, you know, if that's the case. But you don't want to be dirty regardless. Like, don't be dirty. So please take up after yourself. Like, it's just as simple as wiping the toilet seat when you got pee on it. Like, it's dirty. Fire alarms, y'all. Whitehall was the queen of fire alarms past midnight. Y'all, the amount of times we had to wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, and don't tell nobody I said this, I stayed in my room. There was no fire. Some girl was flat ironing her hair and she didn't have her window open. She had her door closed. So I'm gonna put my headphones in, put them on noise cancel, and I'm gonna lay my back down. But there were times where I had to go out there. The last fire alarm, I remember it was pouring rain outside. We didn't even go past like the overhead thing. We stayed under there. We was all squished. Mind you, there's like 100-something people in the dorm, so we all just squished outside, and the wind is blowing the rain to us still. But that was bad. And I don't even think I had my umbrella. I still don't have my umbrella. I don't, because I left it in my big's car. So yeah, 9 times out of 10 it's not a real fire, but you should get out. Don't do what I did on an occasion and stay in your room. I believe I did that like twice. And you gotta wait outside until the police come and turn it off, because they're the only people that can turn it off. So yeah, roommates, we all grow up differently. It's just like, you have to get used to living how other people live, or not living how other people live, but you know, compromising and accommodating for certain people. Like, I can't really get into specifics, but it's just something you learn along the way. It's really inevitable to try and avoid, you know, the negative aspects of a roommate, because some people have bad experiences with a new roommate as well. I do know people who roomed with their friends and it was successful, so you could try it out, but I personally wouldn't take that risk. You know, also people don't do good with having roommates in general, so you may just want to look into a single. But I would say try out a roommate your freshman year. It's your freshman year, and it's an easy way to make a friend on campus. You can go to the caf together, stuff like that, before you meet your people. There was these girls that lived in my dorm. They lived like across from us. They all became like a little friend group. Like, they had it was 2 of them in one dorm and 2 of them in another, and they all just became friends, and they still hang out to this day. They got an apartment together. Like, I don't know if they're watching this or if they know I'm talking about them, but I just thought that was like, you know, that's a cute way to make your little friend group. Having a roommate can have its pros and cons. It just depends on who you are and who the person you're rooming with is. So yeah, decorate your room, please. When I tell you, when I took my stuff down, it felt so bare and empty. So please decorate your dorm, make it look like you know what I'm saying? So, but decorate your dorm, have the pictures up, make it feel like home, because in the beginning you're gonna be homesick. I'm sorry, you're gonna be homesick. Like, you know, if you're not homesick, I don't know how, but 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be homesick. So make your dorm feel like home. Apartments on and off campus, and the best and worst dorms at Hampton. So this is like a little segment I'm gonna put in here, and I'm gonna just talk about like apartments at Hampton and dorms at Hampton for anybody upperclassmen. So this is for like freshmen and sophomores, because I know sophomores are at the point where they're looking for, you know, dorms or apartments and stuff like that. So I'm staying in the Harbs next semester, which is an apartment that's now going to be Hampton property, but it wasn't before. But it's right on campus. It's across from the library. Like, yeah, so they have this new thing they're implementing, just my luck, where there's 3 people to a 2-bedroom, which I don't know how that's gonna be, but I don't have the strength or energy to switch my dorm, because I tried and it didn't work. And after all, I begged to get into the Harbs when I first, you know, was applying for housing. So now that I'm there, it's like I might as well just stay. So basically, in the 2-bedroom, there's gonna be a single. The single room would be 1 person, and they don't have their own bathroom. They use the bathroom on the outside. Now the double, which is the one I have unfortunately, is when you share it with the person. No offense to person, it's just like, you know, when you have a 2-bedroom apartment, you expect to just be living there with 2 people. In the double room, we have our own bathroom, so that's the plus to it. So it's like if you're sharing a room, you have your own bathroom. If you're in a single, you have the outside bathroom. So yeah, but the apartments are really nice. They're renovated. The Harbs, if you would have asked me at the beginning of freshman year what I say in the Harbs, I would have said freak no. But they've renovated them and I've seen the renovations and they're really good. So, and they look modern and stuff. They got the recess lights, I think it's called. Other than that, they have the mods, which is on campus. It's like, it's technically considered a dorm. I think it's premium housing and it's for people with 60 credits or more. And it's an apartment style housing. That's all on campus. Off campus, there's like the Heritage, and there's other little apartment complexes. You can look them up and stuff like that. So yeah. Now as for best and worst dorms at Hampton, for freshmen, they just made McGrew a freshman dorm, or it's like mixed, I think, but whatever. McGrew is probably, it's not even a bad dorm. I don't personally think it's a bad dorm. It's just not the best one on campus. I'm talking about for girls right now. McGrew is probably like the last one you want to choose. Twitchell and VC Hall or Suites are like known to be the best ones. VC Hall has communal bathrooms. VC Suites has singles, like single bathrooms, so it's in your dorm. They're both like next to each other and the buildings look exactly the same, but they're just like, they're connected but they're separate, if that makes sense. Kennedy and Kelsey I haven't been in, but those are also dorms you can stay in. They're not terrible. Upperclassmen dorms, the best ones I would say is Whitehall. That's an honors dorm. Du Bois Hall, that's an honors dorm. Du Bois is actually co-ed, so it's boys and girls. Muff is a multi-unit facility building, I think it stands for, or something, but it's not just dorms, it's like an office space or whatever. They have a separate area just to get to your dorm, and it's very limited space, but it's really nice, and you have your own bathroom. It's Jack and Jill style, so you share the bathroom with your neighbor. Their rooms are really big, so I like them, and they have a lot of storage, so that's a really nice place to stay. They also have Winona. I've never seen Winona, but I don't really think any dorm at Hampton is like terrible, detrimental trenches type. And for guys, I would say the worst dorm is probably Wilder. For upperclassmen, Du Bois is a good one. Like I said, they don't have a lot of dorm options for guys on campus because there's not a lot of guys on campus. Orchard is probably like the best dorm for guys on campus. It Gives Hotel. It's very new. It just opened this year, so it's a new dorm. I forgot about Moten. Moten, top 3 dorms on campus, next to Orchard and Muff. Best co-ed dorm on campus. It beats Du Bois out the window. Like, it's new as well. No one has stayed in it. This is the first year that Moten is going to be open because they were building it throughout the other years. But they have a gym, they have like their own kitchen, they got a little chill space. The rooms are small though. I would say the rooms are smaller than like Orchard, White, Muff. The rooms are way smaller, but it is nice. They have Jack and Jill bathrooms. The bathrooms look really modern. Everything looks modern in Moten, which is really cool. I got to visit it because they had a time, like when Moten was having its grand opening, they had a time where like you could go visit it or whatever. For freshmen, I would suggest staying, well, they only have 2 dorms for freshman guys. This past year we had a lot of incoming freshmen, so they put some freshmen in Orchard. So if you like pay for James, they put you in Orchard. So yeah, James is also Jack and Jill. I've been in James. It's really nice, and from what I remember, those bathrooms are really big. Harkness, I have not seen Harkness, but compared to James, you want to stay in James. But if you get Harkness, don't be miserable. It's literally a freshman dorm, so 9 times out of 10 it's not even gonna be that bad. But I've only been in the lobby of Harkness, and the lobby's not bad at all. So yes, up to you on where you want to stay, but I would say there's no dorm on Hampton's campus that's like treacherous, roaches, mice everywhere. No, you're gonna encounter dirty people in the best dorms on this campus, so that's inevitable. But everything else, like if you're just looking to lay your head and shower somewhere decent, there's a plethora of places you can choose. Just make sure you choose wisely. Ask people questions. You can ask me questions. You can ask other Hamptonians who have YouTube channels questions. Incoming QT13, that's what y'all are. That's crazy because I'm Onyx. Onyx is next, y'all. That's crazy. It went by so fast. I'm gonna be a junior. Y'all knew me when I was a freshman. Like, no, y'all knew me when I was a senior in high school. If you've really been watching me since my first video, you've known me since I started my senior year of high school. And I did not post at all until I got to college. That's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, hit that post notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on all my social media so you can keep up with me when I'm not on here. And then also ask me any questions. You could DM me. I literally answer. And you can also comment because I literally respond all the time. It's like, you might as well ask whatever questions you have. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see y'all in my next one. Peace.